our lesson for today is about, so yun na, electric charge and Coulomb's law. So kung napapansin nyo class, di ba, kapag minsan kapag hahawak kayo sa doorknob, or anong nararamdaman nyo minsan? Di ba parang nakukuryente kayo, di ba? Something like that. Okay. Tapos, kapag nirab nyo naman yung balloon sa buhok nyo, ano nangyayari doon sa buhok? Kapag inangat nyo na yung balloon, di ba sumusunod may mga buhok na sumusunod doon sa balloon. Okay? So yung kidlat, minsan di ba may mga tinatamaan ng kidlat. So that is what we call electrostatic force. So first, we noticed that there was such thing as electric charge. Demonstration of this involves rubbing a balloon on your hair. Okay, for example, this one. Pakita natin. So I have here two balloons here. Okay. So, sensya na kayo, no? Hindi ganun kahaba yung aking buhok. Hindi ganun kahaba yung aking buhok para makita nyo talaga na umaangat yung buhok ko after kung marab tong balloon sa buhok ko. Okay, so papakita natin. Okay, so irarab ko siya. So, ayan. Ayan. Okay, so nakita nyo ba, class? Hindi nyo nakita? Pero naramdaman ko na may umangat na konting buhok na sumunod dun sa lobo. Okay? Alright. So, ano nangyari, class? Nung nirarab ko siya at bigla ko na lang siyang inangat, maganda to sa mga mahaba yung buhok para makita yun, di ba? Yan, sa mga girls, try nyo. Try nyo itong experiment na to. Okay? So, irab nyo to. So, yun. Medyo kulot kasi yung buhok ko, maiksi pa yung buhok ko. Okay? Now, kung dalawang balloons, class, irarab ko siya. Okay, now, yung balloon, class, is nag-gain ng electrons. Okay? Nag-gain siya ng electrons at yung balloon ay naging negative charge. Okay? Then samantalang yung buhok ko naman, class, ay nag-gain ng protons. At ngayon yung buhok ko ay naging positive charge. So ngayon, after ko siyang marab sa buhok ko, class, yung buhok, class, ay sumusunod na dun sa lobo. Na-attract na siya dun sa lobo. Okay? So, sabi nga, unlike charges attract and like charges repel. So ngayon, kung yung buhok ko positive charge, yung lobo naging negative charge, so malamang sa malamang susunod yung ibang buhok ko doon sa lobo. Ngayon, kung itong dalawang lobo ay irarab ko ng sabay sa buhok ko, so ano mangyayari sa dalawang lobo, class? So ngayon, ang mangyayari doon sa dalawang balloon natin ay magiging negative charge na. Kung yung dalawang negative charge na balloon, pag ilalapit mo, no? So mangyayari, re-repel lang sila. Okay? So, ganun yung pinapakita ng electric charge natin. Okay? So, we have electric charge and Coulomb's law. Electric charge is conserved and it is quantized with units of E. An atom that loses an electron becomes positively charged. In this case, it is known as a positive ion. Consequently, an atom that gains an electron becomes negatively charged. So, tinatawag din natin negative ion. Okay? So, again, kapag more electrons, that is negatively charged. Kapag more on protons naman, that is positively charged. So, fundamental charge, the charge on one electron, so sinisimbol to na E, o tinatawag nating elementary charge, that is equal to 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulombs. Okay? So, the unit of charge is a coulomb, or C. Yung unit nating charge. Two types of charges. One is positive charge, or negative, and the other one is negative charge. Positive charge, a shortage of electrons. Kung shortage yung electrons, mas maraming protons, that is positive charge. Next one is negative charge, an excess of electrons. Mas maraming electrons compared dun sa protons. Conservation of charge, the net charge of a closed system remains constant. So ito, makikita nyo sa atom natin na dun sa nucleus, nandun yung proton at neutron. So dun sa labas naman, dun sa outer, nakapaligid lang yung mga electrons. Paano naman kung equal yung number ng protons sa electron class? Yun yung neutral. Okay? Neutral object ang tinatawag natin doon. Okay? Equal yung number ng protons sa electrons. So we have ways to charge a neutral object. Number one is by conduction. Interaction occurs between charged object and neutral object. Second one is induction. No interaction occurs between charged object and neutral object. Then the third one is friction. Grabbing two materials together can wrap electrons off from one object to another. Coulomb's law gives the electric force between 2-point charges. So, yung formula para sa Coulomb's law natin, F is equal to K times Q sub 1 times Q sub 2 all over R squared, where K is the Coulomb's constant. So, sa iba kasi ginagamit 8.99 times 10 raised to 9. So, ngayon class, para ano tayo, no? Para pare-parehas tayo ng sagot. Ang gagamitin natin para sa Coulomb's constant ay 9.0 times 10 raised to 9. Sorry, okay? So, 9 times 10 raised to 9 Newton meter squared over C squared. Okay? Where Q sub 1, again, Q sub 1 is charge on object 1. Q sub 2, charge on object 2. R, okay, take note, R dito ay hindi po siya radius. Okay, so R is distance between the two charges. Again, class, unlike charges attract and like charges repel. Okay? Okay, example number 1. Two charges, 2 columns, and 3 columns are positioned 0.5 meters from each other. What force does the 2 columns charge feel as a result of the 3 columns charge? Okay, so since dalawang charges lang yan, which is yung 2 columns tsaka 3 columns, kung ano yung naramdaman ni 2 columns, na feel ni 2 columns doon kay 3 columns sa distance na 0.5 meters, ay ganun din yung mararamdaman ni 3 columns sa distance na 0.5 manggagaling kay 2 columns. Okay? So what are the given? Ito natin, yung charge 2 ay 3 columns. And yung ating R ay 0.5 meters. So take note class, ang unit natin para sa force, kung natatandaan nyo sa physics 1 ay newtons. Okay? So kailangan class yung mga unit, katulad sa distance, katulad sa charge, dapat natin munang i-convert sa C, sa coulombs, at sa meters naman kung distance. Okay? Kasi class, yung ating constant is 9 times 10 raised to 9 Newton meter squared over C squared. Okay? So kapag kinuha natin yung product ng dalawang charges, magkakaroon tayo ng C squared sa unit at makakancel yun. Then, doon naman sa denominator, kapag in-square natin yung meter, so magkakaroon tayo ng meter squared. So again, makakancel din yan. Okay? So yung formula, F is equal to K times q sub 1 times q sub 2 all over r squared. It's 9 times 10 raised to 9 Newton meter squared over c squared times 2c times q sub 2 all over, ano yung distance? We have 0.5 meter squared. So again, class, kapag kinuha niyo yung product nung c dito, so c times c will become c squared. Okay? So makakancel yung unit na c squared dyan. Okay? Then doon naman sa denominator, kapag in-square niyo yung meter, magkakaroon tayo ng unit na meter squared. So again, class, makakancel din yung meter squared dito. This one. So 2.16 times 10 raised to 11 newtons. Okay, class. Ang makapansin nyo, class, ano yung charge ng dalawang object? Ano yung sign? Parehong positive, tama? Yan. Like charges repel. Kung parehong positive, repel yan. Kung parehong negative, repel. Then, unlike charges, attract naman siya. So, mangyayari dito is lalagyan nyo ng repulsive. Repulsive. Number 2, two other charges, 2 columns and negative 1 column, are positioned 2 meters from each other. What force does the 2 columns charge feel as a result of negative 1 column charge? Again, class, dalawang charges lang naman yan, which is 2 columns and negative 1 column. May distance sila sa isa't isa na 2 meters. Yung nararamdaman na force ni 2 columns na mga galing kay negative 1 columns ay same lang din yung mararamdaman ni negative 1 column doon kay 2 columns. Okay? That is a third law of Newton's law. Hindi kayo malito, class, na isa-isa nyo muna yung mga given. Ano ba yung given? So, q sub 1 is 2 columns. Q sub 2, negative 1 column. Distance, yung r, 2 meters. Okay, so formula, yung k natin constant, which is 9 times 10 raised to 9 Newton meter squared over c squared. Okay, so direction tayo sa formula. So, ang hinahanap naman, yung electric charge. Again, k is constant, 9 times 10 raised to 9 Newton meter squared over c squared. Object 1 natin, may charge na 2 columns. Charge 2, negative 1 over r squared. Again, wala na tayong problema sa unit, class. Yung unit natin, columns, tsaka yung sa distance, meters. Okay, so wala nang problema yan. Kapag kinuha nyo yung product, makakancel din yung c squared dito. Okay, makakancel yan. Tapos makakancel din yung unit na m squared. Okay? Kung doon sa denominator, i-square nyo pa yun, ha? So, bali magiging 4 siya. Negative 4.5 times 10 raised to 9 newtons. Attractive. Kasi unlike charges tayo, no? Meron tayong positive charge, taka negative charge. Madali lang naman siya, class. Tatandaan nyo palagi yung units, okay? Kasi dyan karamihan nagkakamali eh. Yung tipong madali na lang, isasalpak mo na lang sa formula, eh, nakakalimutan yung pinaka-units natin, pinaka-standard natin sa units. So, tatandaan nyo lang, so dapat nyo muna i-convert sa columns tsaka sa meter. Kasi meron tayong meron tayong tinatawag din na microcolumns, okay? So, meron din tayo kasing mga symbols. Hindi lang siya columns, no? Meron din tayong ganito. Yan, parang Majin Buu. Micro. Yan. Micro means 1 millionth. Or that is 10 raised to negative 6. So, this one. microcoulombs is equal to 10 raised to negative 6 coulombs. Next one is nanocoulombs. That is 10 raised to negative 9 coulombs. And pico. Okay? That is 10 raised to negative 12 coulombs. And those are all prefixes. You should familiarize yourself with now that we are talking with coulombs. Okay? Number 3. Two equal magnitude point charges are located 2 meters apart if the magnitudes of their charges are both 5 microcoulombs and one is positive and one is negative. What is the electric force acting on each charge caused by the other charge? Q sub 1 is microcoulombs. That is equal to 5. Convert muna natin 5 times 10 raised to negative 6 coulombs. Then, yung isa naman, same din, pero negative. That is equal to negative 5 times 10 raised to negative 6 coulombs. Then, R is, wala naman tayong problema. In terms of meters siya, so 2 meters. Electric force ang hinahanap, so we have F is equal to K times Q sub 1 times Q sub 2 all over R squared, where K is the constant, 9 times 10 raised to 9 Newton meter squared over C squared times 5 times 10 raised to negative 6 coulombs times negative 5 times 10 negative 6 coulombs all over, ano yung R natin? 2 meters. Yan. Negative 0.056. Attractive. Okay? So, paano naman kung tatlo? Okay, this one. For example, negative 1. Negative charge tayo dito. And positive charge. Negative 1 coulombs. Positive 2 coulombs. Positive 2 coulombs. Distance. This one is 2 meters. This one also 2 meters. Okay, ito yung ating Q sub 1. Ito naman yung Q sub 2 natin. Ito naman yung Q sub 3. Okay, so focus tayo dun sa charge 2. Dun sa positive 2 coulombs. Okay, so pinapagitnaan siya ni negative 1 coulombs tsaka ni positive 2 coulombs. So dun muna sa force 2, 3. Okay, ano yung given natin? We have 2 coulombs, 2 coulombs. Tama? Sa electric force na nararamdaman natin, na na-feel ni charge 2 and 3. So we have 9 times 10 raised to... wala tayong problema sa unit class. So meron tayong coulombs para sa charge. At meron din tayong meters para sa distance. Okay? So hindi natin ilagay. 9 times 10 raised to 9. Then times 2 again over ano yung distance sa pagitan ni charge 2 tsaka ni charge 3? Ano yung distance? Okay, 2 meters. Okay? Ito po yun, no? Ito yun. This one. We have 2 meters. So, lalagay natin doon 2 squared. Okay, what is the answer? So, 9 times 10 raised to 9 newtons. Okay? Next naman, ano yung sunod na hanapin natin? So, yung charge naman, yung force naman between charge 2 and charge 1. Okay? So, next tayo. 2, 1. Okay? So, again, 9 times 10 raised to 9. Okay, ano yung charge ni 2? Charge 2. Positive. Okay, positive 2C. Then yung isa is negative. Negative 1. Pero, class, i-disregard nyo muna. I-disregard nyo muna yung sign, ha? Okay? I-disregard nyo muna yung sign. Kukunin nyo muna yung absolute value. Again, yung distance, same lang din. 2 meters. Okay, 2 meters yan. Ito, sa charge 1 and charge 2, ito po yan, binigay naman. Okay? So, that will be 2 squared. Again, 2 squared. Okay? Okay, now, what is the force acting on charge 2 and 1? Okay, 4.5 times 10 raised to 9. Okay, huwag niyo munang i-ano yung sign, ha? Kapag 3 or more charges, huwag niyo munang i-ano yung sign. Kunin mo na yung absolute value. 4.5 times 10 raised to 9 newtons. Okay, ganito yan. Balik tayo dun sa ano, sa figure natin. Charge 2, 3. Okay. Repulsive ba or attractive? Si charge 2 kay charge 3, repulsive or attractive? Pero pag repulsive siya, so yung way ng force niya ay papunta sa kaliwa. Okay? Nagigets niya? Yung mga nasa left ni 0, yun yung mga negative numbers. Tama? Okay, now, kung doon tayo nagbase sa charge 2, doon sa gitna, at papunta sa kaliwa, since repulsive siya sa charge 3, papunta sa kaliwa. Okay, so magiging sign natin dito ay negative. Okay, so ilalagay nyo dito ay negative 9 times 10 raised to 9. Okay? Then next, doon sa charge 2, 1 naman natin. Doon sa force 2, 1. From charge 2 to charge 1. Attractive or repulsive? So, yung way ng force, alam natin, force is a vector, tama? May magnitude, may direction. Okay? So, yung ating, yung charge 2 ay papunta din sa A1. Okay? Kasi attractive niya eh. Tingnan nyo, positive, negative. Papunta siya. Kasi syempre, doon siya kay negative. Ayaw niya kay positive kasi same sila ng sign. Okay? So, magiging sign, since nasa left siya, ang magiging sign ay negative din. Okay, negative 4.5 times 10 raised to 9. Okay, pareho negative. Okay, so para siyang vector, vector addition, ipag-a-add natin yung net charge. So F2 is equal to F23 plus F21. Vector addition, okay? Yung net force natin, that is equal to negative 9 times 10 raised to 9 newtons plus negative 4.5 times 10 raised to 9 newtons. So negative 1.35 times 10 raised to 10 newtons. That is the net force acting on charge 2. Okay, pwede nyo ring hanapin yung net force acting on charge 1 at net force acting on charge 3. Okay?